Hey Sagittarius, it's Elsie here at 10 of Cups Tarot. Thanks very much for dropping by. Thanks for coming here. If you're brand new here, you're probably going to want to subscribe just because the people here are really wonderful. You'll see as you get to know them and start commenting and getting to know them in comments that they really are kind and wonderful people here. If you could please subscribe, share, and like, that would really help my channel grow, and it just allows me to keep coming back here and offering you free content. This is what I do for my life's work, so I'm happy to give you free content for as long as you'll want to watch it. So I'm here today to give you a reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. This is going to be your peek into 2020. Just want to let you guys know that in terms of readings, I am not a psychic reader. I am actually clairaudient, and I hear things and see things. But other than that, I just read cards. So I'm not a psychic and I can't give you your predictions for the year. What I'm willing to do though is look at some different aspects here. We're going to start with the surrender card. So we're going to see, first of all, what should you be surrendering, Sagittarius, in the year of 2019. So I'm going to ask Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter if I could please have one card for the sign of Sagittarius for 2019-2020. What should we be surrendering as a Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? All right, those were too many. One more, please. There we go. Surrender to creativity. And it says here, let your imagination soar. Stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or solve a problem. So just stay open to creativity. You know, creativity isn't just painting and photography and writing and things like that. That's not all that it is. Creativity is also finding a solution to a problem. So if you have a problem, you really sometimes have to use creative ways to figure out what's going on, depending on what the problem is. It does say stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or solve a problem. So I think that is great advice. So surrender to creativity in 2020. Now we're just going to call in an animal energy card. Let's just see what kind of energy you'll be dragging into 2020. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the sign of Sagittarius. And what sort of animal energy will you be taking into 2020? There's one. What do we got here? We've got the black egg. Give me just one moment here. This is part of the Ether series. And black egg, it says, speaking from an authentic voice, the truth. So Sagittarius, it's time for you to tell people what you need. And when you say that kindly, it's going to come off a lot easier than if you were not to say it kindly. So I want you to, in the year of 2020, ask for what you need, but do it in a kind way. Here we go. So it says, speaking from an authentic voice, the truth. The black egg contains one of life's essential treasures. The truth inside of it resides no confusion, excuses, small talk, noise or lies, not even little white ones. This living and breathing vessel harbors only that which rings true. When this essence is in balance, we speak slowly and clearly. We are drawn to activities like writing and reading, teaching, singing, perhaps public speaking. Sounds draw in, books draw us in. The concept of truth itself draws us in. We start asking questions like, what do I know to be true about myself? This is the year of exploration. What do you find to be true about yourself, Sagittarius? And what is true about the world? What sort of view do you have about the world? When the energy of the black egg is not yet accessed, we speak from an unsure place. We say things others want to hear. So the thing is this, is in order to speak your truth, you have to be willing to take the lumps that come with that. I will tell you that living my truth is the best thing that I ever did for me in this life. It took me 50 freaking years to figure it out, but I did. And speaking your truth is the thing that will set you free, and it will break your heart at the same time, because all the people whom you used to give all of your time and energy to, and you no longer do that because you are now on the front burner, That's what's going to happen here. So it says, we say things others want to hear, gossip, or repeat stories to justify our subpar behavior. We might even try to convince ourselves that we have no inner truth at all. And the energy of the black egg hovers and waits for us to reconnect. It says it is available at every moment in every situation. It is the epicenter of truth, the birthplace of our voice. So it is not easy to speak your truth. It is not easy to tell people what you need, because not everyone's willing to give you that, but it at least gives you a baseline. It gives you a baseline of what your needs are. Just grabbing a deck here, hang on. What your needs are, what your truth is, and how people react to your truth. And you know what? Sometimes your truth isn't going to align with everyone else's truth, and you have to be ready for that. So it's time to stop saying the things that people want to hear, Sagittarius, and start to live your life the way you want to live your life. Okay, the overall energy for your year is in the Witch's Oracle. And that's what I'm using here. The overall energy for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, for the sign of Sagittarius, please. There we go. Grounding is what it is. Grounding. Grounding to the earth. Let's see what we've got here. There's the book. Grounding to the earth. So it says here, a shaky, what? Oh, sorry, I read that backwards. A shaky witch will not do. Strength is required to start anew. The element to call is earth. And see, it says connect, restore, and then rebirth. This magic is worked with harm to none. So be it, there it is done. So it essentially is about grounding. It's about having the strength to start anew. And I think that sort of falls in with the other cards that we've had here. Definitely falls in with the black egg, starting things that are brand new because they are your truth. It says here, are the foundations you stand upon strong enough to support you? You have been on rather shaky ground lately, Sagittarius, and your spell work and wishes do not seem to be coming to fruition. It is the element of earth that must be called upon right now, for it offers the nurturing and the support you need this time. The earth is solid, firm, and will give you the grounding required in order to bring about the results you desire. So I know that you are a fire sign, but it's saying to go back to the earth. If you're in a place that's not like me, it's got snow everywhere, take your shoes off, get your feet into the grass, ground yourself. It says, draw upon the gifts of the earth that are steeped in magic and mystery as you rest and recharge under the protection of it. Soon you shall have all the endurance and strength that you require in order to move forward. So it could be a little bit of a tough start, it sounds like, but going forward, you're going to be okay, Sagittarius. It says here, connection with the element of earth is required to bring substance to your spell work. Spend time outside, barefooted, getting your hands dirty, take up gardening, hug or sit beneath a favorite tree, engage in a project that requires solid groundwork. Now, when it says bringing substance to your spell work, I believe that spell work is the way you speak, the way you show yourself to the world. That to me means, what do you call it? That to me, grounding in earth, that to me means making yourself stable before you allow the words of other people to come at you. So the energy, for the overall energy for the year is grounding, being stable, speaking out about what you want, telling people what you need, and finding a way to do it in which that you don't hurt any feelings and allow them to go and live in light. That being said, you're not going to be able to make everyone happy all the time. So there are going to be some people in your life who don't like you speaking your truth, who would rather you stay quiet so they could take advantage of you. And those people just need to be pruned away. Okay, they may come back, you never know. All right, so now we're on to the tarot, and I've got 5 questions here that I'm going to ask the universe on your behalf. Today we are using the what tarot are we using? We are using, let me think, Tarot of Dreams by Sarah Marchetti. That's what we're using. Okay. All right, so I'm going to ask for Archangel Michael and Uriel, if I could have angels, guides, please help me to bring information to Sagittarius for their Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and Jupiter for their highest good for the year of 2020. If you can please tell me what will make Sagittarius happy, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter in the year 2020. What is their happiness going to derive from? Just cutting. All right, here we go. Just going to do 4 cards for you here. All right. Wow, there's going to be lots of communication in 2020 for you. Okay, so it looks like 2020 is going to be the year of communication. And the only reason I say that is because I asked what will make you happy, and I came up with all swords. All swords. First is the Page of Swords. So this could be someone who's younger than you. You might be younger than that person. There is an age gap of some kind, and it's all about learning how to ask for what you need, right? It's all about learning who you are and the things that you need, and it's about asking for those things. So when someone says, you know what, I really want to come over and hang out and watch TV with you, and you might say, you know what, I just really need alone time today. I need alone time just with my tea, just with me and Netflix. And just being honest with them is going to create a little more respect than you think that it might. They might be a little, okay, you usually let me come over when I want, but you know, sometimes that's just not going to happen. The Four of Swords, it's all about rest and relaxation. You know, the things that people are saying to you and expecting of you and communicating to you, it's likely that it is all for their benefit. Sagittarius, they're used to you coming to the rescue. They're used to you being the person who, oh, you can't do that? That's okay. You can't do that? That's all right. I'll watch the kids. I'll do the grocery shopping. I'll take care of everything. And the universe is here to say in 2020, it's time for you to pay more attention to you. It's time for you to stop listening to the voice of others and put your voice on the front burner. 7 of Swords is a little bit of deceit, someone trying to deceive you. Let me take a look at this for a moment. Oh, you know what it is? No one's trying to deceive you. You are deceiving yourself. You think that you can keep moving at the pace in which you're moving, Sagittarius, and I'm here to tell you that that's not true, that you are deceiving yourself thinking that you are unbalanced right now, and you are not. So I don't know who needs to hear that, but you are exhausted, and it's time for you to stop overscheduling you, overscheduling the kids. It's time for you to stop saying yes to everything. You need to build some boundaries in 2020. If you always do what you always did, Sagittarius, you're always going to get what you always got. So it's time to do things differently because you don't want to be stuck. You don't want to be stuck in the 8 of Swords. You know, you don't want to be stuck in that 8 of Swords energy where you're not sure where you can move, what you can say. Is if I say this, is it going to hurt their feelings? If I say that, is it going to hurt their feelings? It's time. It's time for you, Sagittarius, to make sure that you are getting what you need instead of being worried about the words of others, worried about, is someone deceiving me? Am I deceiving myself? It's time for you to put yourself on the front burner. Now, moms and dads, I know this of you because I'm a mom. Moms and dads alike, you tend to give most to your families and not enough to yourself. So work that out with your spouse. Sometimes, you know, your spouse is going to want to go somewhere overnight in a hotel just to take care of themselves, and that's okay too. Then maybe it's time you guys switch off and then dad gets to go for a weekend. But it says here that what will make you happy in the new year is going to be rest, relaxation, and speaking out, saying what you need, telling people what it is that you require, rather than saying, okay, well, I guess I'll do that. All right. And now, is your person going to find you? Are you going to have love in 2020? Is your person going to find you in 2020? I say, is your person going to find you because love is what happens when other things are going on. You know, when you're just living your life, doing the grocery shopping, you know, helping the kids with the homework, doing the things that you need to do, all those important things in life that you need to do, those are the things that when you're doing those things, that's when love's going to show up. So will you find your person in 2020, Sagittarius? Let's see here. 4 cards. Well, I would say it's probably a yes, because I see that we, first of all, have a Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups, of course, there is either younger than you or you're younger than them, because we're in a general reading. It could be a flip-flop. And the Page of Cups is all about deep, abiding love. So deep love, cups are depth. Depth is, you know, essentially water. And what is done below shall be done above. So it is all about, you know, renewing the love you have for yourself, renewing the love you have for a spouse, renewing the love that you might have for something you haven't done in years, like paint or skate or love, or you know, reading, something like that, something for yourself. So I would say that your person, though, is probably going to be the person sharing it with you, because I think you're going to make a judgment on that. It looks like you're going to make a big decision about whether or not you're going to be with someone. This Judgment card is also about resurrection. So it could be someone from your past that you're thinking about going out with again, like a soulmate. I am showing here that we have judgment about a soulmate. So that you are going to be either picking the soulmate or denying the soulmate, one of the two. But there is going to be a judgment made on a soulmate that has come back. You or the soulmate are exhausted. So somebody has been working overtime trying to get your attention. And if you're still not aware of who that person is, you're going to be made aware of who that person is, because that question is, will you find your person, or will your person find you in 2020? And it's true. Look at this. Yes, they will. There will be a judgment made, and it will be about a soulmate. I don't know if the answer is yes or no. That will remain to be seen. I'll get you to connect to Spirit for that. Okay, so number 3. Will things get easier energetically in 2020 for Sagittarius? Will things get easier energetically for Sagittarius 2020? Will things get easier for Sagittarius energetically in 2020? Oops, 2, 3, and 4. Well, I would say yes. First card I pulled was the Magician. So Sagittarius, you need to use your intuition. You have everything that you need in order to get the things that you want. You just have to know when to use those things. So when to use your rods, because they are action. When do you have to take action? You have to know when to use your swords, when you have to either cut into conversation, get clarity on something, or maybe cut someone out. Those are all about swords. Cups, you need to know when to love deeply, when, you know, is it time to love deeply? So you have all these answers. You just need to connect yourself with Spirit is all. And there is your Magician, because the second thing coming is love. 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups is on the table. I'm just saying, if you see that as life getting easier for you, then yep, your person is coming, and they are bringing with them the Emperor energy. The Emperor energy is someone who is very sure of themselves. They run the empire, which means that they advise all the kings. So they've known the job of all the kings. They've been a king, and they know about the wands, the pentacles, the cups, the rods. They know all about what it takes to be all of those kings, and because of that, they run the empire. So he is the person who is at the top of the food chain, as I say. He's like the president, or the CFO, or the CEO. He's the money guy, the actuary. He's the guy who's a little bit higher up. 10 of coins. 10 of Pentacles is here. So are things getting easier energetically in the year? Absolutely. 2020 is going to bring you more pentacles. 2020 is going to bring you Emperor energy, whether that's you emitting the Emperor energy, going into business for yourself, getting into a really good business deal, and watching it take off in 2020, or it could be because you have found yourself a lover who is of the Emperor energy. But you know what? You manifested it. You manifested it. Sometimes it takes a while for the manifestations to come through, but whatever you've been manifesting is coming for you in 2020. Okay, Sagittarius, what should you expect in the month of January? So what is the most important thing that Sagittarius needs to know for the month of January 2020? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. For, boy, things are just dropping everywhere. At least they're not on the floor. Okay, I heard 2 shuffles because this shuffling, the way I'm doing it, isn't very good. There's 1, and there's 2. Good. Okay, January. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Wow, wow. Sagittarius, things are getting easier for you, I think. Well, first of all, you go into January being a bit of a hangman. So, you know, trying to see something that's really important, wanting to make an important decision about something, but not wanting to do that right away. Trying to find, looking at something from a different perspective. So, you know, have you checked off all the fact boxes, as I say? Make sure that you have all the factual information before you go on with what people say to you. A person could give you a piece of advice, fact check it. Someone could tell you, hey, that's a great deal, fact check it. Please do not take any advice from others that you cannot fact check. I think that's important. I keep hearing facts. That's what I'm hearing. So it's important that you check all the facts before you make any decisions in 2020. You're going into 2020 feeling like you need some energy, so it's time to start taking better care of your health in 2020. I hope that you will do that. The High Priestess is the energy of Pisces, and the High Priestess is someone who is very intuitive, has lots of energy to give. People will, you know, ask a lot of questions of the High Priestess. If you have access to a High Priestess and you need to ask questions, that would be the person to ask. Maybe you are the High Priestess. You could very well be in your 40s, 50s, or 60s, and you've got a lot of life experience. You're very intuitive. Darkness into darkness, the key to all mysteries. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, she is sort of the one of mystery. She is the one to go to for advice, someone who might be able to see a little bit further into the future than you can. But at the end here, I see the wheel. So it's divine timing, and it's destined that you find this High Priestess. Time for you to either get a reading or see a psychic medium or something like that about this decision that you're trying to make. Please make sure you're in balance before you go. If you go to someone who is reading your energy and your energy is not in balance, you're going to get chaotic information. Okay, so just make sure that you are in balance when you get your reading. Let's look at February. So what exactly is the most important thing Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus Venus and Jupiter needs to know in the month of February? What is the most important thing in February? Most important, there's 1. Most important thing in February, please, that is needed for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And 2, 3, and 4. There we go. Well, looks like for you it's all about Pentacles in February. So first of all, you're going to enter February being a little bit exhausted. You knew that. That came sort of at the ending of one of the other readings at the beginning, what will make you happy, right? So you are a little bit exhausted. You really hit the ground running and kept running in 2019. It's time for you to rest. It's time for you to stop feeling as though you're battered and there's going to be one more strike. You know, you don't have to be on guard. It's time for you to stop being and feeling so exhausted. The Ace of Coins is here. So it could be a new start in love. It could be simply that you're just going to be planting your pentacles and trying to grow some more. Maybe you're starting businesses. Maybe you're buying into a business with a friend. The Four of Coins here, though, indicates that maybe you might be a little bit closed off in terms of your pentacles at this time. the miser is here, and the miser isn't only miserly with money, but miserly with, you know, their feelings, their emotions, things like that as well. So it's not only the pentacles that you're worried about, but you know, the thing is that I feel as though this pentacle that you plant either in business or something like that is going to bring you great things. You've got 8 of coins here, which shows you in your mastery. So in February, you are going to either pick up a creative project that you had been sitting by the wayside. Maybe you started a book a couple of years ago and thought, nah, I'm not an author. Maybe you are. Maybe 2020 is your year. Maybe it's time for you to keep writing. Maybe it's time for you to keep painting. Maybe it's time for you to start your own YouTube channel, or to bring people to your home and try and, you know, put your wares all about so they can see them. Open house perhaps. But nonetheless, it looks like this for you. February is going to be the month of the Pentacles. The Ace of Coins, the 4 of Coins, and the 8 of Coins are here. So it looks like you are going to start the month off maybe a little bit, you know, closed off because of this stuff that's gone on in the past, but you are headed for this. You are headed for the Ace of Coins and the 8 of Coins. You're heading to self-mastery, and you're heading to someone noticing that you're doing really, really well at your job. Someone who is going to either offer you a job, or someone who is going to help you push up your pentacles. Push up. I'm looking at a corset right now in my mind's eye. I don't know why. I see a corset pushing up. So that's why I said push up. Okay, that's it. So and that's it for now. That's your peek into 2020, the first couple of months. So I will be back in the new year to kind of go over those energies again and see, you know, what might be coming, what has changed. And so for Sagittarius, if you need anything from me, just remember that if you book your reading by tomorrow, if you book and pay for your reading by tomorrow the 31st, you will keep that either $60 per hour or $40 for 30-minute readings. You know, for forever with me. That is my gift to you for you booking in the month of December. So going into January, prices will be going up. Anyone who hasn't booked with me by December the 31st and paid by PayPal will be subject to the new pricing, which will be coming up soon in the description below. That is all I have for you. Happy New Year. I hope it's wonderful and amazing. I hope you do the things that you want to do and not the things that are expected of you. And that's my prayer for you. Okay? Take care, Sagittarius. Bye.